morning, everyone. Welcome to the Monday morning kickoff, CVO kickoff. Hey, Lisa Kurtz, I see you out there. Let's see here. I'm just pulling up. I'm looking at a couple things here. So I did want to congratulate the team. Pretty neat on a holiday. Well, listen, I see the momentum that we have, so it's not surprising at all. But to have 36 individual writers on a holiday week, I do think that's pretty awesome. And so I do want to recognize the top 10. Bobby Jividin, way to go. 2 families help for $3,000. Everybody in top 10 over $3,000 in annualized premium, which I think is really, really cool. 3,063. Chris Ward, we call him C-Dub. 2 families help for $3,600. Derek Uwazi, 2 families help for $4,631. Coming in number 7, you guys know her name. What is her name? Tina Wallors. Bump, 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 bump. 2 families help for $4,727. Claudia Matthew, 3 families help, $5,459. Claudia always leading from the front. Jimmy Treach Jr., 2 families help for $6,000. Casey Gregory, another always leading from the front, 3 families help, $6,143. I love that, Casey. I mean, I see your numbers every single week, and it's like, okay, 3 families help, $6,000. Ho hum, right? It's like looking at your numbers and looking at the numbers of families that you're helping. It's like, okay, it's a holiday week, so I'm going to still help 3 families for $6,000. I love that. That's called being in the mode. Coming in number 3, Jason, what can Brown do for you? 7 families help for $8,841. Way to go, Jason Brown. Coming in number 2, Steve Houston. Way to go, Steve. 4 families help for $9,790. And then coming in number 1. Who's number 1 this week? Who do you guys think number 1 is this week? Who do y'all think it is? I'm going to tell you what. This guy, I'm just, from the very first day that I met Rob, I knew from a talent standpoint that I don't know if I've ever met anybody more talented, right? I mean, great looking guy, a lot of talent. It's just in a lot of situations, there's a period of time where people go through where they start, and then I don't know, just something happens, whatever. And then when they get focused, they get their daily disciplines. I didn't even have Rob in mind when I picked this topic, but now that I'm thinking about it, I guarantee you there's so much that relates. So number 1 this week, Rob Gillen. And Rob, typical Cornerstone fashion, we're going to tell you to put that Ric Flair robe on. We're going to tell you to walk around up there in the upper Northeast and yell at the top of your lungs, woo! Because you are number 1. For those of you guys who don't know who Ric Flair is, I'm sorry, it just won't. It's not even, don't worry about it. Okay, Rob Gillen, 3 families help for $10,863. $10,863. Pretty awesome. So that's the top 10 for you. But again, congratulations, Cornerstone. 36 individual writers went out and helped 69 families for just under, and this is capped production, just under 100,000 that we sent in premium to those awesome insurance carriers. Okay, so this morning, and by the way, congratulations for all you team builders. I do want to work in some team recognition and numbers. I know so many of you guys are really growing big time, and not everybody's a team builder, not everybody's an agency builder. But I do want to recognize you guys on Monday mornings. So the topic today is, and we're going to be really, really brief because we got a lot of work to do this week. So many of you guys, again, you're coming off of a great week, but you're coming off of, it's a holiday, right? July 4th on Friday. kind of probably spilled over to Saturday and Sunday, and now it's getting back in the grind. And I'm telling you, we've got, I mean, what do we got? Like 12 days between now and Phoenix. So we've got a life-changing event. We've got, you know, you guys hear me talk about association as the most powerful force in the universe, okay? We've got a life-changing event happening in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm sorry it's in Phoenix, Arizona, but it's in Phoenix, Arizona. So wherever you are, most of you guys, because I don't know if we have anybody in Phoenix, but most everybody will either get in a car or they'll get on an airplane. They'll fly for a couple of hours. You'll get to Phoenix. It probably look a lot like where you are now, except maybe hotter. And for a day and a half, we're going to associate. For a day and a half, we're going to get around the top producers in all of Equus. We're going to get around them. There's going to be a stage. There's an agenda. But off stage, there's a hotel and everybody's staying in the same hotel, and there's opportunities to meet people. It just gives you a much bigger view of what Equus Financial is. And it's just really, really cool. It's life-changing. Some of you guys will go, and you'll never be the same. Association is that powerful. So daily disciplines, if you're taking notes this morning, this may be, I think I weave it in a lot of different topics because it's so important. As a matter of fact, it may be one of the most important topics to cover. And so this topic is all about you. So this topic is not for Cornerstone. I'm not teaching this topic on a group basis. I know I'm speaking to you guys as a group, but really I want you to take it individually, because this is the conversation. If you wanted to sit down and grab a cup of coffee and you want to talk about where you are and you want to talk about your past and you want to talk about, you know, why you're getting in the life insurance industry and you want to talk about how you're moving forward, fantastic. But I'm telling you, this is the topic. Okay, because a lot of you guys, your past, you know, when you get in this industry and certain things starting to make sense about why did I go through this struggle? Why did I go through that struggle? And all of a sudden you get in this industry and it's like, man, I'm home. It's like, boom, this is everything I've been looking for. Okay. But your past, okay, that led you here, it's all well and good. But now it's all about you moving forward. You've got the opportunity of a lifetime. If you've got your life insurance license, you have the ability to go create. Okay, I want you to think about this. I'm going to slow down and I'm going to say this because some of y'all need to hear it, okay? If you have your life insurance license and you're appointed with at least one carrier, so one top-rated life insurance carrier appoints you, okay? You have the opportunity of a lifetime. You have the opportunity to go change your family's financial future. Just you with a life insurance license and access to a group of products, you have the ability to go change your family's life. You have the ability to go change it for generations, okay? 2 ways of making money in this business. Number one is your personal PIN. Okay, that's good news for some of y'all. But for some of y'all, you're more like me, and that is it's not your personal PIN that drives you. It's the thought of, you know, private franchising. It's like, wait a minute. So I can take Equus's system, Integrity's platform, and I can go out and I can hire as many people as I want to hire. And every single family they help, they make the bigger money because they're the individual agent, but I make a small percentage off of every family. It's like, man, like, how cool is that? So when you look at people like Kroc with McDonald's or DeLuca with Subway, Monahan with Domino's, you look at these people that created a large amount of passive income because they developed a network. You have the same, maybe even better. You have a better opportunity than they had. They had to find people that were needing or willing to put up a lot of money to own a brick and mortar business. All you have to find is somebody that wants a better life. Hey, are you looking to make income on the side? Are you looking for a better life? I mean, it's just checking interest. It's just finding people that want more, want better. Okay, you're not going to want to hear this, but here's your pathway to more and better. Get a life insurance license. I'm going to teach you how to go use that to protect families. Okay, and that's the story. So, and some will, some won't. Right? Okay, but I want you guys to know where you're sitting. You are sitting on the most incredible opportunity that perhaps you'll ever have. Best opportunity I've ever had. Okay, so now it's down to the topics that matter most. Daily disciplines, okay? Write this down if you're taking notes. Number one, live by design. Do not wake up. There's nothing to chance, okay? Now, is there? Of course there is, right? But you want to take, and based on your thinking, based on your actions, you want to stack the odds in your favor, because here's the law. Okay, there's laws out there, and this is the law that I subscribe to. I subscribe to the law of sowing and reaping. I subscribe to the law of don't get weary in well-doing, for what you sow, so shall you reap. Okay, so I want to live my life in such a way that I create harvest that I want to reap. So I don't want to do things that are going to create like negative or harvest that I don't. So I want to be careful about what I do and what I speak. Okay. So I want to move. So these daily disciplines, live by design. Okay. Think about an artist painting a picture. What picture, if you're the artist and your paintbrush is things that you do and say and think, what picture do you want to paint? What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your life to look like? Your time, your every single day, every day that sun comes up right out there, every single day, you have the ability to invest your time in creating whatever type of future you desire. What type of future do you desire? Who do you want to be? What do you want? What are you willing to give up to get it? What delayed gratification? It's all those things working together. But it's daily disciplines. Okay. Now this is important. Okay. One of the latest fads, and it's been around now for a few years, but you guys hear the word grit, right? Grit, G-R-I-T, grit. Okay. What is the foundation of grit? What is it? It's long-term thinking. And I can tell you guys what separates people in our business from people that make it versus people that don't make it. I can tell you that so many times people that make it versus don't make it is the people that make it have just developed the ability to think long-term. What do I want long-term? People that don't have the ability to think long-term and set goals long-term, sort of look out there, maybe 2 to 5 years, 7 years, 10, like, where do I want to be? Now I'm gonna start this gradual process. I'm going to design my life. I'm going to grow into that. I'm going to grow into the type of person I want to be. Financially successful, relationally successful. I want to be a builder up. I want to be a balcony person. When people get around me, I want to have that effect on people that raises people up. I don't want to tear down. I don't want to be a gossiper. I don't want to be unhealthy. So I've got the trajectory of my life. Now, does that mean that we're perfect? Absolutely not. It's just that we wake up every day and we create these daily habits that are congruent with where we want to go. So I want you to write down this: intentional congruence. This is so important, guys. Like, don't let the simplicity of any of this go over your head, because I'm telling you, it will be the difference in whether you make it or don't make it. Intentional congruence. What does that mean? It means this: look at the habits in your life. Take inventory of them. If you can't be honest with yourself, Get somebody who can be honest. Get somebody who can be honest, and you just be coachable for 2 minutes. Let them be honest with you. Take inventory of your habits. Take inventory of the things that you say, good and bad. Take inventory of the negative that you speak. If you're a gossiper and you gossip and you tear down other people constantly, take that in, because what you're doing is you're sowing seeds for your life. You're the mayor of Suckville. Your life sucks. You hate your life, but you're still doing the very things that create that life. So at some point in time, you've got to, so intentional congruence is making sure that the habits, the things that you do in life, they're congruent for where you want to go. I mean, that's simple stuff, right? That's easy peasy lemon squeeze. It's like, oh wow, it's like, man, that's earth shattering. No, it's really not. You know, I want to run a marathon. Well, what's the incongruent behavior that you've got to probably deal with? Well, I smoke 3 packs of Marlboros a day. Yep, that would be incongruent with if you want to run marathon, right? Right. Thank you for laughing, Lisa. I'm wondering if anybody's out there. I'm like, people are looking at the screen, but they're probably on Facebook, right? So it's like, yeah, it's like, hey. It's like, let's deal with that incongruent behavior. And let me tell you guys this. I'm going to keep this very surface level and light, but just based on statistics, there are some of you're dealing with some really bad incongruent behaviors. Now, here's what I've got to tell you. You are into those behaviors, okay? And I'm telling you, they don't have to win in your life, okay? There is help that you can get for those behaviors, okay? They don't have to win in your life. And do not ever define yourself based on those behaviors, okay? It's an evil, there's an enemy out there. Every single one of us, and that enemy prowls like that roaring lion, and all that enemy wants to do in our life. And the enemy has been successful in a lot of our lives because all that enemy wants to do is steal, kill, and destroy. Steal, kill, and destroy. That enemy wants to create that life of Suckville, that life of like misery. And then if he can get you, he's going to get you to blame other people for it, right? So intentional congruence, grit, making sure that your life is going in a long-term trajectory. Now, some of you guys need to make money last week, right? All you can hear, it's like you're not even listening to what I'm saying because it doesn't matter, because you know what? You got your life insurance license, and you need to make money. Okay, well, that's fantastic. But I want you to listen to this last message that I have before I'm jumping off, because I promised everybody I'd be short. I should have waited one more week because this is like one of those topics that I've just got so much in my head to give to you. Okay. Daily disciplines. You need to make money. Financially, you're behind the 8 ball. Okay. I get it. Okay. But you can't. You have to stop, and you have to start with like, be ferocious about this. Okay. You've got to start creating these daily disciplines if you want to win in this business. Okay. So I want you to think this. Number one, you've got to take 100% responsibility for where you are. You just have to. That's got to be the starting point. Okay. If you do not take 100% responsibility for where you are, you will not ever change your life. Because if you don't take 100% responsibility for it, then you're always going to blame. And I'm just going to tell you, that's a seed that you sow that keeps you where you are and sends you backwards in life. Okay. So wherever you are, take 100% responsibility. Number two, you have to understand the formula of all successful people, okay? Unsuccessful people that don't take 100% personal responsibility, their life is always event, outcome, event, outcome, event, outcome. And All these bad things happen to me, and it's the government's fault. It's somebody's, right? But successful people, they learn a little different equation, and that is E doesn't equal O. E plus R equals O. Okay, so let me explain this. It's events happen in our life, good and bad, right? We go through peaks in our lives, we go through valleys, it's ebb and flows. Events happen in our life, but what's the O? So it's E, these events. What's the O in our life? It's our response. I mean, what's the R in our life? Okay, it's our response. E plus R equals O. E does not equal O. E plus R. And so a lot of you guys, you've heard me teach so many times that the obstacle is the way. We get a desire in our life, we want to succeed, and then all of a sudden obstacles come into our life. Why is that? Well, because these obstacles, they're creating the pathway to the success that we want. We don't want to go through obstacles. We didn't sign up for that. We just want the success. There is no such thing. Do y'all understand me? When we have a desire and a dream to be successful, to go to different levels in our lives, then we're going to create, we're going to attract the very, a lot of you guys know that our obstacles sometimes are different. They're similar in that they're obstacles, they're challenges, but they're a little different. Why? Because those obstacles come to teach us. When we learn, guys, face it, think about your life. When do you go through the most learning? When do you grow closer to your creator, right? It's not when times are great. It's through challenges. It's through times of adversity. So you have a desire and a dream of more and successful and change your life, change your circumstances. Fantastic. But you're going to attract obstacles and adversity in your life because it's those obstacles and adversity that are there to now teach you. Okay. You don't want to learn them, but I will tell you those obstacles and the same obstacles and the same adversities are going to come every single time. Why? Because they're going to keep coming until you learn. When you learn, when you become bigger and you learn, all of a sudden those obstacles disappear and they don't ever come again. Why? Because you don't need them. Okay. Now there is that, bigger devils at higher levels, right? I mean, there's the bigger you want to get in life, the more influence you want to create. I'm just saying, just get ready because it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop when you make a certain amount of income. It doesn't stop when you make $1 million in a year. It's challenges provide the opportunity to overcome, to become. So E plus R equals O. Event plus your response equals outcome. So now, write this down if you're taking notes. I want you to decide, how are you going to respond to adversity? How are you going to respond? You get to decide. But if you decide that I'm going to respond to adversity with grit, meaning I'm going to stay committed to my long-term vision and not short-term. I've got short-term goals and I've got short-term, that's all good. But I've got a long-term anchor in my life that's pulling me. Do y'all see the difference? People that don't succeed, they have the ability to think short-term, but thinking short-term, guys, we live in an ebb and flow life, and thinking short-term so many times, because we're in an ebb in our life, we make bad decisions because we don't have that long-term anchor. Okay. That sets somebody free out there. I promise you. Number 3 is act as if. Okay. So I want you right now. So where do you want to be in 2 to 5 years? Where do you want to be financially? Where do you want to be relationally? Where do you want to be health-wise? Where do you want to be? Where take that anchor, go 5 years into your life, and set that anchor. And then you're going to go back to your present circumstances, nothing's changed. You set your anchor. That's all well and good. The enemy's still here. The enemy wants you to get you thinking that you didn't set the anchor. Oh, that kite guy's full of crap. You set what anchor? You didn't set any anchor. That the enemy wants you to think that, right? So now you're like, and now you're battling thoughts, you're battling fear and doubt, you're battling all of these things. But you can also create these daily disciplines that will help you overcome every single day. And you'll start to, that anchor that you set will start pulling you to it because you have that long-term commitment. Long-term commitment creates long-term thought process, and long-term thought process wins big. It wins big. Companies win big by it, and individuals win big by it. The challenge with most individuals is it's natural for a company to go set an anchor, right? But it's not natural for individuals. We have the ability, we want the ability to make decisions just on every day. How do we feel? How do we feel? I'm going to tell you, if you're going to wake up and make decisions based on how you feel, forget about it. Forget about it. Because so many days and times and seasons, we're not going to feel like doing what we have to do. Okay. So wrapping up. Okay. So 100% responsibility, E plus R equals O, act as if, decide right now that this is who I'm becoming. Okay. And I'm going to act as this. So my last part is based on that. Okay. What are the daily disciplines that you need to set in your life that's going to help you every day be a reminder and to create these daily disciplines that are really going to help, really going to propel you forward in life? Okay, guys, this is so important. If you're not listening, just tune in to me for 2 seconds. Okay, daily disciplines are all about your self-image. Okay. Your life is never going to get any better than your self-image. Your position in life, your income, your relationships, it's never going to get any better than your self-image. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into the whole psychology of it, but it is important to know that self-image is not necessarily what other people think of you, and self-image isn't necessarily what you think of you. There's a lot of arrogant people out there that may think too highly of themselves, and it's kind of opposite of humility. Humility is a power play, okay? But self-image, it is more closely tied into what we think other people think about us. When you walk into a room, what do you think other people see? When you walk into a room, what do you think other people think of you? Now, again, I'm not going to get too deep into the psychology of it, but I do want you to understand that self-image is a very important part of your life. So here's where I could probably spend another hour, but I can't. Okay, I need to wrap up with this. Your daily disciplines, I'm not here to tell you what your daily disciplines should be or not be. I'm just telling you that the things that you do every day, they either will make you feel better about yourself and help build your self-image, okay? Or you will do things that don't make you feel good about you. And it destroys your self-image. It destroys it, okay? So I want you to think about this, okay? I want you to think about this, and this is where, so you guys know, so and I've taught about it recently. Okay, my daily disciplines, the things that I've learned throughout my career to do that makes me feel good about me, right? Work makes people feel good. Work is a self-image builder, okay? That's why when people, and I've heard this taught, if you need money, you don't go look for money. If you need money, go look for work. Work brings money. Okay, work makes you feel good. It's like there's studies done, and people that get on financial hardships, but they won't go take that job flipping burgers because they, through their arrogance, They think they're above that. But if they'll just go flip burgers, if they'll just go stock the grocery store back, whatever, if they just go work, that work has the ability to raise their self-image, and self-image is what attracts more money. Y'all hear what I'm saying? It's self-image. So work is that as a daily discipline that makes you feel better about you. Number 2 is speak. Speak words, build yourself up, create. Claudia Matthew asked, I used to post my affirmations. Kylie, I've got notebooks of just affirmations that and there's no specific magic to what I said. You can create your own affirmations. Okay. Most of you guys need to start with, I'm an awesome producer. I'm awesome in the insurance business. I write business every single week. I help families all the time. I love helping families. I love it. It's what I do. It's who I am. I'm the Incredible Hulk of the life insurance. I mean, it's like, so you're speaking life into your business. So work, speak, okay, pray. I'm not going to really dive into that one. Okay. Prayer makes me feel good. I love it, with that connection to my creator. I call it tithe, but for the sake of this business conversation, let's just say give. I think giving makes people feel good. So if I use the word tithe, you may go, oh, that's some religious, I don't need to understand. Okay, so let's just talk about this. How about giving? When was the last time you just went outside your house and found somebody to give to? When was the last time you stood in a coffee line and just, with no fanfare? See, that's the thing about giving. You can't give in order to be recognized for it. You've got to do the best you can to give when nobody knows that you're giving, right? That's the beauty of it. But you just learn to be a giver. Guys, there's 2 types of people in the world. There's givers and there's takers, and there's no in-betweeners. There's givers and there's takers. Who do you want to be? I can tell you this. When people develop the habit of giving, it makes them feel good, right? Fasting. Okay, so I'm not really going to dive into the topic of fasting, but I do want to dive into this topic. How do you feel health-wise? How do you feel health-wise? Do you feel good about you? When you put on your clothes, when you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, you put on your clothes, do you feel good about it? I'm not saying everybody needs to be a gym rat. Everybody needs to run marathon. I'm not saying any of that. But I am saying that for a lot of us, there's that level in our life where, like, hey, I feel good about me. I feel good. I feel like I'm physically, I feel good. I don't, so deal with that. What habits do you have in your life right now that are either raising your self-image based on your health, or it's killing your self-image? What are you doing? Okay, is that okay? And then expectation. Expectation is a habit. Expectation. What do you expect to happen in your life? I mean, as silly as it sounds, do you have the ability to start repeating to yourself over and over, something great's going to happen to me today? Something great's happening this week. Great things are happening in my business. Great things are happening in my marriage. Great things are happening in my health. I love my life. My life is growing towards my design. I'm growing my life to be my dream life. I wake up every day. I'm a giver. I wake up every day. I have the ability to bless other people. I have the ability to speak a word of kindness and love to somebody else. I have the ability to make somebody's day just by recognizing, hey, how are you doing? It's amazing to me how many people walk up and down city sidewalks and nobody ever looks at them and says hello. Just recognize them. So it's like, so these daily disciplines, and I'm done with this. I know I've already gone over. Sorry, thanks leaders for giving me the ability to do this, but daily disciplines. What are the daily disciplines that you need to right now create in your life? Number one, financially. What are the daily disciplines that are going to help you win financially? And I can promise you this, it's not learning product. Okay, if you want a daily discipline that's going to help you financially, you get freaking great at booking appointments. I don't care if it's warm market or whether you get access to some 10-cent lead data out there, but you just get in a habit of working and booking appointments and you will make money this week. Okay. But what are your daily habits about your physical health, about how you think? So are you reading 15, 20 minutes a day? Guys, I'm just telling you, those daily habits have the ability, reading, speaking, and writing. Reading, develop a habit of reading 15, 20 minutes a day. Speaking, learn how to speak your goals. Yes, they're called positive affirmations, but all it is you speaking the life that you want to live and never speaking what you don't want or the life that you don't want to live, okay? So I'll end with this. Every single thing that we do and every single thing that we say has the ability to build our self-image or tear it down. And I'm just going to tell you guys, it's that topic that will make the biggest difference of your life one way or the other. Which are you going to choose to do? Are you gonna learn to sow into your life the life that you want, or are you going to continue to allow yourself to do the things that sow seeds of the life that you don't want to live? Take inventory, interrogate reality. Intentional congruence is a real thing. God bless you guys. I love you big time. Let's go out there and make it a great week. Guys, I will tell you this. There are people being led to Cornerstone right now that need to be here. There's a difference in this organization than any other organization out there. I'm not saying there's not great there are great organizations out there, but I'm telling you what, there's something special happening in Cornerstone. And right now we're attracting people to want to come here, and they just want to be here. They want to be a part of you. They want to be a part of you leaders out there. And I want to thank you for that. So God bless. Let's have a great week.